Norwegian girl who had just got off a plane from Oslo, walking into the art college, looking very talented and quite amazing. And I thought, okay, great, this is an amazing looking girl. And I had all those thoughts that you know, people thinking, wow, you know, put it all together, but then maybe. But nothing happened for 4 years, so there wasn't any sort of there wasn't instant falling in love or anything like that. But the amazing thing was that I became aware that through the circle of friends that I got to know, that there were a lot of people that had contributed to the beauty that Vibeke had. And there was an older generation of many of the distinguished people here had input into Vibeke's life in such a quality way that I could almost pick it up straight away. I thought, this is a beautiful quality young lady. And there was just this surrounding, and the more of her friends that I met, the more, like when I met people like her father, and then I met Jan, and quite a lot of people in an expanding circle of friends, I thought she's surrounded by beautiful people who actually love her and have inputted into her life, and I thought, wow, that's a very beautiful thing. And that was just augmented the beauty at every stage. It was like an incremental. Every time I met any of you people from the beginning, I thought, wow, this is there weren't any bad apples. Except for the other guy, except for the guy that flew over from England to propose to her. And she came to me and said, "Oh, what do you think? Should I accept the proposal?" And I said, "Oh, you wouldn't like London." And I thought, "Oh, London's really bad. You're a Norwegian. You should never live in London. It's really boring." So anyway, the second thing I love about Vibeke is that she's gorgeous. Now, I might sound like I'm repeating myself. No, it's not. It's not. That's the whole thing.
She said beautiful last time.
There's a difference between beautiful and gorgeous. One of the amazing things that most of you probably know about Vibeke is that she's a gorgeous girl, and you know she's you know I brag about her saying, well, she's still got the body of an 18-year-old, and we run up and down the beach 3 times a week, so I get a good look at this. You're behind her. You're always I'll catch up now. She runs in her bikinis with Face Island in the background, and a few times I've got my BlackBerry out and I take these films of but yeah, I still love your gorgeous figures, and it's a natural thing.
What about my brains?
Get into that.
Oh yeah,
get into it.
I'm sort of going up the scale. But the Bible says that beauty is not an outward thing, it's actually an inward thing. And one of the things that I always discovered about Vibeke that surprised me was this depth of beauty and gorgeousness that was in her heart. And it comes out more and more. And you know, she's got this wonderful, loving, open and generous heart. And whenever we went through really, really hard and traumatic times, I always knew that with Vibeke's feistiness, there's always this softness of heart that would invariably turn up within about 10 seconds of her having a hissy fit. So I just love these. When we were having a screaming match, I always thought, well, shortly we're going to be having this sort of teary. The teary-eyed, oh, you know, sort of, and the most amazing thing was I fell more and more in love with this inward Vibeke. That as in the 18 years of marriage, and the amazing thing is there's a few people here that were at our wedding 18 years ago, and you would have seen that you probably thought, well, maybe these guys have sort of got a rocky start to life, you know? And it was like there were some issues that were like two torrents of a river meeting together and this sort of swirling and. But 18 years down the track, there's actually the smooth river winding. So Vibeke's turned into this smooth river. Yeah, and I'm still fairly rocky. I punch my bag in the back because Vibeke wants me to stay fit, so I do boxing in the back. But anyway, but the internal beauty was one thing, and it overflows because. She does heal. She prays for people, and they get healed, and we've seen some wonderful things. And just the other day, we were having coffee with someone who was complaining of arthritis in the knees, and Vibeke said, "Oh, I'll pray for you." And she put knees on him in the cafe and said, "You know, in Jesus' name, be healed." And she said, "Oh, run up and down the stairs there." And he ran up and down the stairs. He said, "Oh, I can't normally do that." And then as he was walking away, this is John. As he was walking away, he said, "Oh, I haven't walked like this for ages." So he was quite And it was all out of the Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, you get this river of life that comes through. Now, the other thing I love about Vibeke, I'll keep this short because I can go on all night, but I've only got 2 more. So
Go on all night.
yeah. The other thing I love about Vibeke is you wouldn't like 50 is the new 40, but Vibeke could pass for a 30-year-old if she really tried. You know, put a bit of a sweet smile on and you know, the whole thing. But the thing that the third thing that I love about Vibeke is she's a classy girl. And you only have to look at her paintings or hear her sing, and you say, well, that's a classy girl. And I often, when she sings at the marina in Harvey Bay, I often sneak in there early just to hear this beautiful voice that's matured over the years and has this depth of feeling in it. Like she's just got this depth of character. It's come through the hard times, the squeezing times, like the cold pressed olive oil, you know, sort of, you know, and she's become. She's not just like the smooth river, it's actually a very sonorific, if I use the right word, melodious, beautiful sound of a maturing woman.
Sonorific.
Yes, all that sort of stuff. So,
that's her next album, Sonorific.
Sonorific.
Sorry, I was wondering what it should be called, Tony.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Sonorific.
And the classiness is just all her Norwegian heritage and her Australian heritage, and the quality that you guys have put into her life, and you know, I only have to see her light up when she sees Maria and Jono, or when she lights up and sees you guys. I know there's a classy interaction. There's a quality there. There's just, you know, she often talks about how much she loves the people in Sydney, and I thought, where do you want your 50th? She said, I've got to be amongst my lifelong friends. You know, these people that have been so important to me, and each one here has put something into Vibeke's life that's made her a classy girl. Then the fourth thing, but you're wondering, what's the fourth thing? Okay, what was
Offspring!
And when I first told her,
Gorgeous little jewels!
yeah, when I said that, oh yes, she's good at making young children, she's good at that. The girls also described Maya and Evie, and you know, they've all inherited the beauty and the gorgeousness and the classiness. And Vibeke wanted me to put sexy in there, but I thought that's sort of okay, I'm not going to go there.
Didn't have to.
But the fourth one is adventurousness.
Yeah.
So she's a beautiful, gorgeous, classy, adventurous woman. And the amazing thing is that the first week I went out with Vibeke, she took me on this, I'd never skied in my life before, and she took me on a 16-kilometre ski trip. I think Gordon and Cecilia were there that time, up to the top of Mount Carruthers, which is about the second highest next to Kosciuszko. And I was a dead dog after 16 kilometres of cross-country skiing. Wow. And then I collapsed in a heap, and then probably 100 times on the way down the hill. But then the next week she took me on a 35-kilometre bicycle ride with Erica and a few other people. And then I was really a dead dog, because I'd never done any fitness for about 5 years. I was like an art teacher that just, I ate donuts and drank coffee. That was it. So, and then she talked about doing these adventures, and I thought, wow, this is an adventurous woman. And it really enamoured me to the whole Norwegianness, the outdoorsy, the character of life, and the whole thing. So I had these great expectations of marrying this young girl that had all these sort of qualities. And I must say, I love Vibeke more than I ever have. She's my treasure and my great joy. And she's quite an amazing girl, and it just gets better. You know, things get better, and we're sort of maturing into this sort of slow-moving river. But there's an ocean of.
I can hear a waterfall.
Yeah, we went over the waterfalls earlier in our marriage. Some of you guys saw us bouncing off the rocks. You know, some of you guys came and rescued us when we were underneath the water and everything swirling around. And I know Vibeke sort of sobbed on a few people's shoulders in this room. And it hasn't been easy. It's been probably one of the roughest journeys I've been on, but I knew what I was in for. I knew what I was in for. But anyway, it's with great delight to celebrate Vibeke's 50th, but I want to end with one of my favourite poets. He's an American poet by the name of Bob Dylan. Vibeke tells me to shut up whenever I start singing his songs, because I sing them worse than he does. But I want to say it as a blessing. This is a great song called Forever Young, and Vibeke has that whole youthful, the eternal springing up of youth, and it comes from the spirit that's within it. It's a well of living water. So Dylan said, "May God bless you and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others and let others do for you. May your heart always be joyful, and may your song always be sung. May you build a ladder to the stars and climb on every rung, and may you stay forever young."